Hello Pisces and welcome to your January 2021 reading. So, finally 2021. Okay, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about this month. The first card that I have is the Knight of Sword. Now, the Knight of Sword, all the knights are representing that part of us that is in a movement, here with the sword, with our mind. I get an ace of sword, I see a clarity, and I'm expressing it with all my might. He goes and cuts the head of the dragon. This changes a lot of things, kind of thing. So here, you're starting the month with this, with a clarity. It's affecting 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords. It's almost like you see really clearly at the beginning of the month what has been blocking your view. What has been, because the 7 of Cups, this is when our dreams and our fears are all represented together at the same time. And so it kind of blocks our view on what is really in front of us. Is this possible? Is this going to be amazing, or is this like an awful thing, or it's all mixed up? 7 of Swords. I have absolutely no power over it. These are things that happen to me, and either by others or by the universe or whatever, but I can be robbed and it's behind every corner, kind of thing. You get the clarity on this dynamic, on this belief that would actually prevent you from being able to envision and manifest the future you want. Under the Knight of Sword, I have the Pope. So this is a truth that comes from discernment, that comes from applying what you have understood spiritually. So that tells me that there was a lot of spiritual work before, or an enlightenment. The Pope is the counterpart of the High Priestess here. He kind of applies in this 3D world what she understands spiritually, connected with the universe and all. Under the 7 and under our Pope here, we have the 2 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. It goes with every connection that you have. That tells me that at the end of the month, you're going to see the people around you completely differently. They will not be tinted or stained by your past wounds. You will actually be able to see clearly what is what by your past wounds or your hopes and all of that, under the 7 of Cups, I have the 5 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Here, the Wheel of Fortune is from that understanding. Actually turning around here, like when you meet somebody, is it somebody that's going to be amazing and that we are going to be able to be together, or am I feeling like this, or is he gonna leave me out in the cold, or I'm just gonna sacrifice and lose myself, and all of these questions are all in front of me and I don't know, because I believe that things can happen to me. And under that, I have Knight of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, Death, and here he is, the Devil. This is an aftermath of that long period of Saturn in Capricorn. The lesson that Saturn showed you that was affecting all of these aspects here, okay, became really obvious. Probably when he started leaving his home, and at the same time that kind of unblocked things and clarity came to you. And death being here, that's beautiful because that's gonna be a release and a transformation. Two of Pentacles right here with the Knight of Cups. See, this is like, do I follow my heart, what I love and all of that? Or do I believe that, you know, things happen to me and I can't trust the universe and so on? Jupiter in Capricorn. That's where he was for the past, I don't know how many months there. So that makes us juggle. Oh my God, there's abundance that wants to come in, but all of the places where I lose my power, where I'm not in charge of my reality, is going to be pinpointed and making me feel like this. So uncomfortable with everybody around me because I don't know what's what. It's all a blur. Bottom of the deck, I have Strength. And that is a bit of the Two of Pentacles. He has one reality, the Lion has one reality, and the higher self has another reality. But her reality is balanced. Not like this one. Because she understands the flow of beliefs create reality. If I want to look, if I believe that people are assholes that are going to screw me, I'm just going to see that. And I'm going to track them in my life to prove me right. And it's going to be one thing after the other all the time. Why does this keep happening to me, Wheel of Fortune? Turn and turn the same lesson again until I understand it. Here, you get it. And that is what is going to release the devil. Finally ending that period for you, Pisces. Now, that could have been heavy for you. Like it could have been just something you're conscious of. You know, the cards don't make the difference between somebody that is completely in that 100% and somebody that is just at that point in their consciousness awakening and changing that aspect. So, but anyway, it is changing. Okay, let's clarify this for Pisces. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Yeah, because this is a general reading, so for some of you that you've lived this very heavily, and others of you, like I was saying, this is just like something you're realizing, and that you're going to be able to release finally. Okay, let's look at that Knight of Swords. What was that all about, Spirit? Oop. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. That's what we're going to get here. Two of Swords. Of course, this is going to end here. Six of Cups. There's a lot of heart chakra healing, I've noticed. Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune. That understanding, that sword. We know that, you know, the Wheel of Fortune turns here, the Sphinx, as a sword when we understand something. If not, that just, you know, we're just repeating things. And here we have Chronos in the bottom here, just eating time, you know. Or do we have like the Kundalini awakening? So, that understanding is moving the Wheel of Fortune. And so all of these things here are going to be transformed. This is like, oh, I understand. And then during the month, you will see all of the aspects that were affected in your life by your understanding, so that you can finally release them all at the end. let's look at that Seven of Cups. Because all the sevens, see, in the major arcana, 7 is the Chariot, which is spiritual movement forward and mastery of self. 7 of, because that's the 7, the number 7. You have the 4 directions, up, down, and you in the middle, being in the power of in this movement dynamic of all these options, decisions, and so on. And so here, this is when our mind is not serving us in this way. And here our emotions are all, oh my God, all of the wounds, the this, the that, all over the place. Sevens. Oh. Chariot. Okay. They're listening. So, yes, this is what I'm explaining. 777. So it is a spiritual movement forward. Your month of January, Pisces. Let's look at your 7 of Swords. The Sun, 2 of Wands. Clarity. The Sun is clarity. When the Sun arrives, you see completely what is happening. So here, instead of being, things are happening to me, life is hard, I'll never get out of there. See how the swords are disempowering me? Here, the Sun. Oh, complete opposite. This is an option. This is a way, a different way of doing things, of thinking, and so it's seeing a new light into what was so defeatist before. Yeah, all right, seeing clearly what is happening, clearly the situation. And of course, the Sun is very crude, so it shows the reality as it is. So it also shows these parts of you. Oh my God, I just noticed that. And in a way, that's why there's a child in there on the white horse, because it's that enthusiasm of the child and yes, going forward. But and you see he has a crown of sunflowers because his mind is completely aligned with his aspirations. There's faith in here. But there's a child also, because we all know that, the truth comes out of the mouth of children. If you have a big nose, that kid is going to tell you, oh my God, look at the man with his big nose. It's clear. It's obvious. There's nothing hidden. So those parts of you that are like this, and like this are going to become obvious, and you're going to see them clearly, like the big nose on the man's face, because your inner child is going to point them out to you. The Sun is going to point them out to you. But that's how we can finally let them go and transform. So that's good. Can't evolve in denial. Okay, Pope. The World. You're finishing a cycle. And yes, I have the 10 of Pentacles here. Of how the shape that things took for you. And how at that point it couldn't grow anymore. That's why you needed to finish that cycle. You needed to finish these things so that it can start growing again. Death comes to what doesn't grow anymore. Once the weed has given its seed, it has nowhere else to go after. There's no more programming in his DNA of what after. So he just dries out and becomes compost for the soil. death comes to what has finished growing. It is good also not just for the wheat, but for situations, patterns, way of doing things. And here, these things stop your growth. You went to the 10 of Pentacles, that's it. It wasn't going to grow more than that, carrying these things. 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords, and 5 of Pentacles. Now here, that 2 of Cups and that Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Okay. This is, you know, 8 of Wands, the arrows of love. Movement, connections with people, and making moves. And here with the 10 of Wands, you know, when I was saying the way you're going to look at the people around you, here, this is starting to reconnect with people, to reinvest in people, because you're going to leave your old baggage behind. Because you understood something and you're moving the wheel of fortune. Okay. Let's look at that under our 7 of Cups and the Chariot. Let's look at that 5 of Pentacles. This is all part of what the cycle that is finished. But it's not just going to finish like this. You're also going to transform. You want to come out. The Knight of Swords wants to come out. Yes, okay. The High Priestess. And here the Devil. So, yes, your soul has been telling you how much you've been depriving yourself of abundance. And abundance is not just a, you know, bank account. Abundance comes from the people around us that give us their joy, their this, their that. Universe passes through people to give to us messages, opportunities, ideas, and so on. Here, your soul was telling you how your vision of yourself and others that disbalanced left you outside in the cold here and made you a slave of circumstances, probably accepting things that you shouldn't accept, because you didn't feel you had any power over them. That kind of, I smile outside, but inside I feel like shit, but I don't dare speaking so because I don't know what could happen in some of your cases. Not all of them, but that's just something that came out. Okay, so here, really a Saturn lesson here. Probably became really bad during Christmas and you kind of got it, okay? Or the month of December, or these eclipses that we had, maybe you pinpoint it and understand the lesson. Wheel of Fortune here. See, we have our 7 of Cups again. I don't know if you can see. But with it, we have the Magician and we have the 5 of Cups. Because you see, you've suffered in the past, Pisces. There you are. Like, okay, we all suffered at different degrees here in our lives. And here, manifesting from that vibration, you can only manifest that. See, that's all he can look at. Those cups on the ground. So we cannot manifest anything else than that. In order for the Wheel of Fortune to move and to change that dynamic, if you look only at everything that you have lost, that you have sacrificed, that did not come true, here, this is what is going to be projected in front of you. And so, since we manifest by our projection, part of it, by our projection, our belief, our vibration, and our action, I mean all the elements, that's hint the Magician, that you're gonna manifest that. You understand it. Here, Two of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and Death. Queen of Cups, the Star. Okay, and here we have the Eight of Pentacle, but with the Eight of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacle. The Star was the one that really stuck out here. Major Arcana. What it's saying is that this balance here, it's kind of, it put it you in a mental jail. You understand it now, you know, that kind of I am disempowered kind of thing, preventing you from being actually able to focus and start building your life and seeing results in your life. It was probably mostly this before, but here the Star is a healing, clarity, healing, transformation, because it's going to be that realignment into your soul. Was probably freaking out looking at this, but all of this conditioning here, that was in your Lion. That's why the Strength was in the bottom of the deck here. All those 5s and 7s, you know, 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacle, 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords. These were all in your programmings. You know, the conclusion that your ego got from the experiences in your life, from the education you got, from, you know, whatever, your life's experiences. In the Star, we release all of this. We release the emotional baggage. We release the persona, per se, our story. That's why she's naked. And we are aligned with where we come from, our cluster of stars. And so there's that faith. And there's that, oh, I see how all of this happened in my life. And I see that I am loved. I see by the universe. I see, and probably people around you. I know my purpose. I know who I am. This is a completely different vibration here, so that you can release that baggage. That was a soul lesson. You've lived it, been there, done that. That's it. Pisces, here is your feminine Queen of Cups. That is in control of how much inner, loving, inspiring vibration you have within yourself. Let's look at the Devil here. Whoops. Ah, Devil. Okay. 2 of Wands. At the end of the month, through all that inspiration, alignment, mastery of yourself and the conditions of your life, putting you back into your, finishing that cycle and putting you back into the control of manifesting. Here, at the end of the month, you're going to be in a position where you're going to be able to leave that old lesson behind. Undo your shackles and get behind your chariot. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune, Devil, Devil. It's quite obvious that you're moving past a karmic lesson. Capricorn had something like that. They were releasing an old karma. And you're releasing your chains, breaking your chains that restricted your life. I'll call it, breaking your chains. So Pisces, this is going to be a great month for you, because like I was saying, the major part is already done. Now it's going to be the unfolding and seeing on, oh my God, it affected that part of my life and that part of my life. And now I see it more and more. And once you see, you cannot unsee. The clarity is going to be obvious here. Okay, so on this, I'm going to wish you an amazing month of January. Happy New Year. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, subscribing, please, to rise the channel. If you want a private reading, the description is below. There's an email to write to me. Also, thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moon and full moon, I give you, through a little ceremony, I give you back. Yes, private readings, I said it. So on this, namaste, love and light. And I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.